Hey, what is up guys? It's Excuse Me, I'm Jack, and welcome to my second Jurassic World California speed build. So, I'm gonna be trying to do something different. I'm gonna be trying to commentate over the speed build. Um, let's see how this goes. I tried to do this before, but I kind of failed at it. Um, but yeah. So anyways, I found this like area that I wanted to like do something in the last video, but I decided to keep it for this video because I wanted to make a hatchery. Okay, so like I wanted to make like a hatchery that was separate from the park, that I could kind of store dinosaurs and just, you know, have them later on. So you know, I'm just making a pathway that connects to the trail that goes to the control center. And I wanted to make this kind of isolated too, because I wanted to later house the Indominus in this, um, in the actual series, because this is going to be used for the the Rise of Jurassic World series. So that's what this map is for. That's why I'm building this. Um, but basically, you know, I'm just making the pathway, terraforming. I love the terraforming tool mod, but the one thing I don't really like about it is that it doesn't really get rid of the trees like good. Um, I know I can just use the delete tool for that. Um, but you know, I love the terrain tool with the multiple different levels of intensity and the fact that you can kind of control the slope more. I found out that using a smaller slope for the actual pathways when it comes to the slope part of the tool, it it kind of levels it out more, and you have to have like a little valley for it to go through. So you know, I wanted to check if the actual mountain was okay, because I didn't want it to have like some random cliffs. As you can see, like right here, I left that there. Um, but Anyways, so I wanted to do something that I saw in one of Best of Slots videos, or best, fuck. I wanted to do something that I saw in one of Best in Slots videos, and so I decided to do it. I'm gonna be doing a lot. I'm gonna be doing this a lot more, but I wanted to do the two-tiered viewing gallery. So I used the Lagoon viewing gallery, and I wanted to just, you know, see how it would look. And so I used the Jurassic World ones. I didn't use the Department of Fish and Wildlife. I wanted to have that Jurassic World feel. Once again, this is going to be the Indominus Rex enclosure, so that's why I kind of wanted it to have like the Jurassic World feel, but at the same time, I kind of wanted it to have the research type of area feel. So here I'm just, you know, trying to match it as much as possible to the other ones so it doesn't look off. And of course I'm using mods. I'm pretty sure it's obvious that I'm using mods. I decided that I'm going to go all out when it comes to mods in this series, because it's going to be for the actual like cinematic universe that I'm going to go with. But yeah. One thing that I found difficult was the actual terraforming around the viewing galleries, because it didn't really go out all the way, which was kind of annoying. But I just had to deal with it. So, you know, I set up the viewing galleries. I wanted to check what it'll look like underneath, but I kind of forgot that it has like this blue tint, that the water itself is not because of the blue tint. It's the actual tint that you see in there for some reason. But I decided to put them all down so you can get like the second layer going on. And from there I just decided to actually make the enclosure. So I didn't know what I wanted to do for this enclosure. I wanted it to seem like a maximum security type of enclosure, but I kind of went off that path early on because I just didn't have enough space to begin with. And at the same time, I was trying to mix in the hatchery. So I make a pathway for, you know, an access road for the hatchery. I really like this mountain or this hill because it's small enough that you don't have to like worry about how it looks because you can just slope it, and it's a hill, and it's not like the mountain that's right next on the other side, which has the world border as well. Um, I make this pathway way too close to the actual enclosure, and I changed that later. But yeah. Anyways, this is just like a little, you know, I just wanted to like make this area just kind of like connect instead of having them go like their individual routes going into the different viewing galleries. So I just connect them all and just make this one area. I might decorate it later on after I touch up the map. Um, but yeah, like I might make like a sitting area or something. But this isn't supposed to be like an actual part of the park. This is like a research area. So, you know, it's kind of just there for right now. Okay, touching up the trees. You can tell that I love my trees. I like covering everything with the trees. Like covering the stuff that, you know, shouldn't really exist. And I changed this later on because of the terrain as well. But I kind of wanted the fences to connect to the viewing galleries instead of like having it go like cut off randomly and have an invisible fence. But yeah, again, the fences kind of looked weird in my like point of view, like even in this area. I didn't know what I was doing for the fences. But you know, I think the final product actually looks pretty good. Yeah. This is where I figure out that the terrain kind of dips down like a lot right there where the fence connects to the viewing gallery, and I can't really do anything about that without it looking weird. So I'm having like a little bit of a fit here. And then that's when I decide to delete the actual fence. There we go. On both sides, and then I decide to flatten it a little bit, and I want to connect the fence to like a part that's actually on like the flat land. So I decided to connect it to the outsides, and there's an issue with that because I know that the dinosaur is gonna try to go up there. So I decide to add an invisible fence in front of the viewing gallery and on the sides, so it doesn't go all the way up there and just, you know, because it doesn't seem right that the, like, you know, Indominus will be up there and it can just easily just reach down and eat the gas. So that's why I add the invisible fence. And then just flatten the area out a little bit, you know. I don't know what I'm going to do with the enclosure still. And I had to figure out what I was going to do for the hatchery since it was like on a different level. So I, you know, I am playing with fire here with the edge of the world, because there is a glitch where, I say this a lot, there is a glitch where, you know, if you mess with the edge like a lot, it kind of breaks a little bit. You can kind of see it happen a little bit, but I try not to. But anyways, I think I have 3 types of tiers on this. And of course I have the rocks, because you can't get rid of the rocks, which is kind of annoying, but oh well. But yeah, I'm flattening it out, making it look more natural. And I actually like how it turned out with like the different types of water areas that I have and the actual tiering. So I decided to make a cliff, because lately I've been doing a lot more cliffs on my maps. You can see the speed build from, what was it? The outpost for the Department of, not department, for the Dinosaur Protection Group. I kind of had a cliff there, and I love the cliffs because, you know, and I love having a tour go over them. But I decided to actually, this is where you can see it kind of mess up. You can kind of see it go into the sides of the map. But I decided to have like a cliff area by the hatchery, and then it goes around down into like the little bottom part. And I wanted to put water down there, but there wasn't enough room, so I have to change that later on as well. Okay, I flatten it as well. But again, I really love how this turned out. It could have turned out way much, like it could have turned out way worse because I was using the limited space. But yeah, I tried to put water, doesn't work out, so I had to flatten the area more. You know, some terrain constraints. Okay, then I make a little lake. I want it to be somewhat like decent sized. So yeah, that looks nice. And then I have to flatten out the area again on the top because I kind of messed that up trying to put the lake. But yeah, really like how it turned out. You know, you can't delete the rocks, but you know, put the rocks are just there. Alright, then I want to do another lake in front of the actual gallery. But I found out that I can't really put that much water because of the fence that's in front of it. I believe that's the reason why. So I flattened out the area again. And I decided to make another slope area where it goes up to the hatchery. So if I was just like a ranger vehicle, I can just go around in a circle. Again, I had to put the gate that lets the ranger team go into the hatchery area. So I kind of forgot that in this, so I'll just do that like off camera or something, or touch up. I'm just gonna randomly put it somewhere. A 2-level fence, like a two level gate. So I'm just gonna do that. And then that's pretty much it. I have the terrain pretty much sorted. I add the rocks, or the like cliffside rock, and I think that really turns out nice. Like this, like the blending, which is a new like thing in this game. You can kind of blend the textures a little bit, so I feel like that really works well with this game, with this like build actually as well. Right, so I decided to add a lot of trees. You know, the Indominus needs trees, or any type of animal needs trees. So you know, I do the trees on the outside. You know, my usual thing. Then I add some more on the inside, making a little like pathway. For any type of ranger team or dinosaur just to go through. I try not to obstruct it too much, so I actually know what it looks like for the pathway. And then I just add more trees on top of the hill, you know, on the bottom, connecting it. You know, just small things. And yeah, I really love how it turned out. I wanted some, you know, detail, a little smaller trees. And then I add a feeder. I wanted to do a feeder in front of the viewing gallery so they can actually see it, so they can actually see the dinosaur eating. Because this is going to be the Indominus enclosure, so that's why I did that. But I decided to put the feeder down by the rock, so it was more centered for like the rest of the viewing galleries. And of course I put down a goat feeder, you know, because you know the Indominus needs prey. But I decided not to actually add the dinosaur because I'm not going to add any of the dinosaurs to the enclosures because I kind of don't want to yet, unless it's actually going along with the story of the Rise of Jurassic World. But yeah, I add some sand, you know, give it a little bit more blending on the sides, and I move the pathway finally because I wanted more trees on the side of the enclosure. I didn't like how it was just the pathway, but yeah, I had more trees and we're pretty much done. So I hope you guys all enjoyed. This was interesting. I had to do this all in one take, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to subscribe. Again, I'm trying to do something more than just speed builds. So that's why you have like the cinematics coming out and the scavenger hunt. I really love doing the scavenger hunt. I'm gonna do that again soon, because I forgot what I did and I just I didn't know what I added to the part because it took a while to make. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye guys.